pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Khan, would you do a roll call attendance, please?
Madam President, Mayor Roman,
Here.
President Preston.
Here.
Vice President Captain Director. Mr. Moak.
Here.
Mr. Costa. Here. Mrs. Jenkins. Mrs. Haynes.
Here.
Mrs. Scrubbin. Chief McEwen.
Here.
Wills. Here. Mr. Tandy. Here. Mrs. Di Lorenzo Rossi.
Here.
Ms. Hadi.
Here.
Ms. Rivera. Oops. Ms. Valente. Good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going out of the normal order of business. The first thing on the list is to swear in a new part-time police. Mayor.
I'm standing with you. Video or pictures? Pictures.
You holding the Bible for you?
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Chris Hahn,
Solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania,
the laws of Pennsylvania,
the laws of Pennsylvania,
and the ordinances and regulations
and the ordinances and regulations
of Parkside Borough.
of Parkside Borough.
I also swear
I also swear
that I will uphold,
that I will uphold,
obey, and enforce
obey, and enforce
the law without consideration
the law without consideration
to a person's race,
to a person's race,
color,
color,
sex,
sex,
religious creed,
religious creed,
sexual orientation,
sexual orientation,
age,
age,
national origin,
national origin,
ancestry,
ancestry,
handicap, or disability.
handicap, or disability.
I will perform the duties
I will perform the duties
of patrol officer
of a patrol
in the Borough of Parkside
in the Borough of Parkside
with fidelity and honor
with fidelity and honor
to the best of my abilities.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
You can sit down.
Mayor, would you like to continue with the?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Please.
This one's Australia.
Officer Young, come up here, please. Police Officer Charlie Young. It is with great pleasure that I, Mayor Kimberly Roman, concur with the endorsement of Parkside, of Police Chief Patrick McEwen and the Parkside Borough Council in issuing this letter of commendation to Police Officer Charlie Young for his action in involving the investigation. On July 26, 2025, Officer Young responded to a report from a victim who had been scammed out of $7,200. The perpetrator had instructed the victim to package the funds and send them to UPS to an address in Buena Park, California. Thanks to Officer Young's quick thinking, initiative, and dedication to duty, he immediately contacted the Buena Park Police Department and requested assistance in intercepting the package. Due to his timely coordination and the collaborative efforts of our law enforcement partners in California, the package was successfully recovered before it reached the hands of the scammer. Officer Young's action not only prevented a significant financial loss to the victim, but also demonstrated the highest standards of professionalism and commitment to public service. His ability to act decisively in a timely, sensitive situation reflects great credit upon himself and his department. Please accept this letter as a formal commendation for your outstanding work, your dedication to protecting our community, and your compassion for those in need. Are deeply appreciated.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Guys, finest.
Thank you.
Great job.
Great work, Charlie.
Yeah, Theodore Robinson and Francie Bulware. So you can.
Okay, this,
Sorry.
yeah. It is with great pleasure that I, Mayor Kimberly Roman, concur with the endorsement of Police Chief Patrick McEwen and Parkside Borough Council in issuing this letter of commendation to Francine Ware and Theodore Robinson in recognition of your outstanding actions on October 25th, 2025. At approximately 9:30 p.m., while traveling along Madison Avenue, you observed a very long owl walking without pants. Clearly, in the vulnerable and potential without hesitation, you safely parked your vehicle, approached the individual, and remained with him to ensure his well-being. Your decision to stay with the child until you were able to flag down Parkside Police officers was instrumental in ensuring his safety and ultimately led to his reunion with his mother. Your actions reflect the highest standards of community awareness and human kindness. In a moment where many might have chosen to look the other way, you chose to act. Your vigilance and willingness to assist a child in need amplify the spirit of partnership between the community and law enforcement that we strive to foster every day. It is with sincere gratitude and respect that I recognize your efforts. The Parkside Police Department is proud to serve a community that includes individuals like you, people who step forward when it matters the most. Thank you for your courage, compassion, and quick thinking.
Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, you guys have done this before.
Well, yeah. So this one we have two, but only one's here. So Al, if you can come up. We have one for your daughter. We understand she could be somebody.
Sorry about that. No worries. Thank you, sir.
I'll say, it is with great pleasure that I, Mayor Kimberly Roman, concur with the endorsement of Parkside Chief Police Patrick McEwen and Parkside Borough Council in issuing this letter of commendation to Allison in recognition of your outstanding action on October 17, 2025. On that day, your quick thinking, compassion, and willingness to assist played a crucial part in reuniting a missing 2-year-old boy with his family. Your attentiveness and calm demeanor during the potential distressing situation amplified the very best of community spirit and civic responsibility. Thanks to your efforts, the child was safely returned to his loved ones without harm. Your actions not only brought relief to the worried family, but also demonstrated the powerful impact that Karen and engaged citizens can have in ensuring the safety and well-being of others. Parkside Borough Police Department deeply appreciates the contribution to public safety. It is individuals like you help create a safe and more compassionate place for all. Our gratitude and admiration. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel good though.
You have one more.
I
No, I'm joking.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody wishes to leave that hasn't, please feel free.
Well, thank you, God.
That does not mean us, people.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
We're gonna move on. I'll look for a motion to accept the October 2025 council meeting minutes. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? So moved. Mr. Khan, do we have any correspondence? Mayor, do you have a crimes report decision?
Yes. President, crimes reported in October were 3. Assaults, there were 2. Theft, there was 1. DUI, there was 1. Calls for service was 128, was prevalent. Police information, 6. Animal complaints, 5. Voting checks, 11. Assist other agencies, 13. Domestic, 5. Suspicious conditions, 7. Traffic and parking issues, 6. Accidents were 5. Motor vehicle stops, 25. Traffic citations, 18. And warnings, 7. That's all we have for that. And I'd also like to thank Parkside Elementary School for the invite. They had a blue ribbon celebration, and I was honored to got invited. And they sent little thank yous and from the children and a card from Mrs. Young. That's all right.
Any questions for the mayor? Moving on to Lainey, read the report.
No, he just wanted me to let you know that the state switched the reporting system. So he's in the process of transferring everything from the old reporting system to a new reporting system. So next month we'll have the reports for both months. Yeah.
Call to citizens. Does anybody wish to address council on agenda items only? Agenda items only. Moving on, the president's report. I'll report progress. So we will move to the finance report. Mr. Cole.
Thank you, Madam President. Appreciate the extra time. We do have a couple punch items to take care of. The report to the Parkside Borough, date November 7th, 2025, meeting November 19th, 2025. All banking accounts are reconciled through October 31st, 2025. We're including the bank reconciliations and statements for all reconciled funds for council's approval. We're also including in the report monthly transactions for the firehouse expenses. General fund for the month of October, $24,224.09 was deposited into the TD Bank with expenses of $362,702.51 that were paid. This does include a transfer of $200,000 to Sharon Bank General Fund to keep things moving along towards the end of the year. During this time, $230,467.13 of deposits were received into Sharon Bank, and $254,368.87 of disbursements were made, including payroll and related expenses in the amount of $50,927.70. Year-to-date interest income across all accounts, $22,782.37. Below the bank balances per bank statements, October 31st, general account, Sharon Bank, balance $236,140. General account TD, $92,343.92. General account affiliate, $700,282.00. The rest of the accounts have been reconciled and are up to minimum value. At this time, I would like to make a motion to accept the treasurer's report from Brinker Simpson.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? So moved.
Thank you, Madam President. At this point, I would like to make a motion to pay the monthly bills.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed?
I would like to abstain from the check related to the athletics.
Any other abstains? Motion carries.
At this time, I would like to do the first reading preliminary budget for 2026. Preliminary budget for the general fund and liquid fuels fund is presented for approval. There are no proposed tax increases for 2026, with a modest increase of $38.50 for the trash fee that has, which equals approximately $3.21 a month. This increase will cover the direct expenses for trash and recycling collection. The total revenue projection is $2,113,873, with a balanced budget with a total general fund expenses of $2,113,873. This budget came at the end of a lot of work. There were a lot of moving pieces, even up until yesterday, I believe, was when the assessment came through and the new health insurance premiums and things like that. So it is a balanced budget, but it is an extremely tight budget. And as much as sometimes it seems like a shell game, it is necessary to make sure that we live within the guidelines of the residents and all the rules that are set aside for us. So to not stammer that out, budgets are not a challenge. If there is a way and we can save money, act a little bit more appropriately, save off spending when it's not necessary, or come up with something that's proactive, it would really be nice to be able to carry forward perhaps a couple concurring budgets. Now, obviously, if there's contractual fees that are increased, we have to raise, the taxes. And things do always get more expensive, and we've had a number of increases since I've been on council, but they were hard fought to maintain equilibrium. So not to overtalk the whole thing, but a lot of work went into it. I want to thank the team at Brinker Simpson. Shirley Percival, the president of council, has been substantial talks to make sure things move in the right direction. I'm sure next year we'll have to change a few things, and we'll have other contracts that come up for negotiation. So it would just be starting out. I don't want to say it's spending free, but if we could start out trying to hold on and be, it's somebody else's money. That's about the best way I can say it. So at this time, I would like to make a motion to approve the first reading of the 2026 preliminary budget.
Any questions on the motion? I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Marcy and Laura. Work in progress. This was totally correct. It's extremely tight budget with no wiggle room. Anybody else have any comments or questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved.
Thank you, Madam President, and ladies and gentlemen, council. It's been a pleasure to get this put together. The next step would be a motion to advertise and post the 2026 preliminary budget.
I'll second.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? So moved.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, this will be posted, I believe, in the Borough Hall and advertised as necessary. Moving along to the space report, I will report general progress. This is that's great, I don't know anymore, but there are a lot of people that live on the boundary of the woodlot. Let me know if something happens during the day or something else goes through. Last year, we probably went just slightly over budget on maintenance for the woodlot, but we hadn't in the 20 years prior. As far as that, we just had enough trees that it was due to have them taken care of. And we have, I believe the mayor let me know that there's somebody that had a couple questions, and I'll get those addressed in the next couple of weeks. So with that general report, progress on the open space. So
Did we get the rubber mulch? Or is that this one?
I think that was budgeted for next year.
Okay, sounds good.
Any other questions for Mr. Broll? Moving on to the general council report, Mr. Costigan.
Thank you, Madam President. I don't have much for the council. We've just been sort of adjusting to their new role. Learning all the different moving pieces. Doing really well so far. Rebecca couldn't be here, she's traveling. But just been really pleased to work with them so far. And I report general progress.
Super. Mayor, recreation report.
Thank you, Madam President. I want to start off by the way I usually do by thanking our recreation committee volunteers. Each of them added special touch in the recreation events together. We would like to ask if anybody takes pictures of any of our events, please tag us on Facebook at Parkside Rec 2025. So that hashtag Parkside Rec 2025. Then that'll have all the events from this year. Our upcoming party is this Saturday from 3 to 7. At the firehouse, the tree lighting ceremony is December 7th at the West Coleman Memorial. The house decorating contest, December 21st. Winners will be announced the 22nd. Always keep up with our events through our Facebook page, Parkside Recreation Committee, and then Parkside Borough official page. We will post our recreation newsletter soon, which includes this next upcoming or the upcoming events. So that's why.
Super, thank you. Mr. Platt, did Vice President Catsiopoulos did not. Council has before them proposed ordinance number 585, which establishes the 2026 annual fee on garbage collection at $528.50 for single and two-family dwellings. I'd entertain a motion to advertise for adoption. of the next meeting. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? So moved. Mr. Craddock, you would advertise? It's already ready to go, isn't it?
It is efficient.
Efficiency.
It's off the charts.
It's totally. Miss Allison, do you have a report this evening?
Thank you, Madam President. Not much really going on. Just on the files.
Did Mr. Smith leave a report?
No.
We're gonna get through this. Mr. Costigan, recycling.
Thank you, Madam President. I'll stretch this out over here till 9:30. Just for the month of October, trash total for the month, 91.17 tons, and recycling 12.83 tons. And there will be no recycling the week of next week.
Super, thank you. Moving on to communications, Mrs. Haynes.
Thank you, Madam President. The newsletters have been delivered, hand delivered door to door by Ronnie Cornoff. from Public Works. So thank you, Ryan, for doing that. Anybody have any submissions for the next newsletter, which will be coming out after the new year? Please feel free to email me at shaines@forsythborough.com. And that is all we have.
Thank you. I know our residents enjoy that newsletter. Mr. Platt, did the tax collector leave the report?
Yes, ma'am. And
Money.
You'd be happy to know we have to check. Good evening. Treasurer has received a total of $1,436,196.46 to date. There was $9,170.06 in revenue deposit from October 5th, 2025 to November 19th, 2025. That check is Marcy.
Super, thank you. Moving on to our engineers report, Ms. Catania.
Thank you. Just wanted to follow up from last month's meeting. I was asked to make sure that the fence got put up across the street for safety purposes. And I do have to thank Sam. They had a bit of an issue. He and his partner had a new baby that got rushed to the hospital. So in the midst of all that, they did get that done. So I wanted to thank this work. I also had done a very preliminary review of the land development that's proposed over there, and asked them to reconsider their layout for the project. And I do have a copy. I'm willing to send it out to council, to send it to Shirley and to Bob, to get the area greener. So they are not proposing to put any driveways out onto Edgemont Avenue. That area will be greened up, and there will be buffer area in the back that also will be green. So I do appreciate the fact that they listened to us and we're moving forward. I don't have a full preliminary / final land development plan as of yet. When I received their first plan, it was woefully insufficient for any kind of an approval. And I believe we got to them quickly enough that they were able to make some changes. So hopefully within the next month, we'll see an actual subdivision land development plan. That's actually 2 parcels. So I'm going to ask them to consolidate it and make it 1 parcel. That's the first thing. I did do some homework concerning the LSA, and I just wanted to make sure that the council understood what the legislative set aside statewide grant application will entail. I've got roof replacement, the HVAC, the 5th unit that we did not replace this year. That in this budget, the repair and rehabilitation of the exterior wall of this building, because as you know, there's some cracks that are happening. That's actually a skirt. We're going to replace that in total. Interior paint, exterior paint. Going to put AV equipment in here. I'm thinking, the way I have this system, I have a large TV that'll be put in, and we'll have a laptop that we'll be able to use to project for presentations, which we don't have right now. I believe that we'll probably use something like that in any of their events as well. Key fob system for the property. Good. That's the only number I don't have at this point. The chief has it. A whiteboard, printers and computers, desks, change the conference room that's across here into an area where people would be able to come utilize the computers. Also, potentially have people that are capable of tutoring children. So I think it'll be better utilized than what we're utilizing for now. Sorry, Mayor, you may lose some of your students for your rec area. Video surveillance, a new sign, Parkside Borough Hall sign with the police on it. LED replacement lighting, interior and exterior. So that totals in some selective demolition, that totals $245,000. I do have with me the resolution that was approved last month, and I have the paperwork for that, and then Woodlot, where we'll be doing some additional improvements to what has already started this year. I have to apologize for my tardiness in getting to the hearing for some reason. I thought it was at 7:00 immediately before the meeting. I know that President Percival has been doing this almost as long as I have, those hearings, so I'm sure she did. And I already have one of those started. So we'll move forward. That's all I have to report. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Thanks for everything that everybody does.
Can I ask a question on the old gas station? If they're not entering or exiting off of Edgemont Avenue, there's Harrison and exiting.
They're going both ways. So they actually have a handicap spot on the Forest View side. And then on the Garrison side, it's a two-way driveway into and out of just the parking area just on that side.
Okay.
Originally, they wanted to bring a driveway out in front of the building, and I just felt that it was too tight to have a 16-foot driveway, and especially with, they have 3 doors that are going to be put on the front of that building. So that's where we stand right now. We will have a planning commission meeting once we have drawings and a review. So hopefully by January we'll set up the planning commission meeting. Public's welcome to any of those.
So the 2 streets will have traffic in and out.
Actually, yes. Yes.
Neighbors now. Any other questions for Ms. Catania? Mr. Wells, the solicitor's report.
Yes, thank you, Madam President, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The solicitor's report is as follows. Number 1, the enactment of the 2026 property tax levy. The borough's 2026 proposed fiscal year budget does not require an increase in property tax properly funded. Pennsylvania Borough Code provides that where the property tax rate is the same or lower than the previous fiscal year's tax rate, the borough is permitted to adopt its property tax levy via a resolution rather than an ordinance. Accordingly, because the 2026 budget maintains the borough's property tax rate at 9.90 mils, the borough may adopt the tax levy through the adoption of a written resolution, saving the borough money on advertising costs. The budget does call for a modest increase in the 2026 annual trash fee. The borough will be adopting an ordinance setting the trash fee at $528.50 per household at its December 17th monthly meeting. Again, I commend Borough Council and the Borough Treasurer for their very professional stewardship regarding taxpayer dollars. In today's economic environment, it is exceedingly difficult to adopt a no tax increase budget. Number 2, new borough tax collector. Earlier this month, the Parkside Borough had elected a new tax collector who is scheduled to take office at council's reorganization meeting on January the 5th, 2026. I have worked extensively with the council president and the borough secretary to ensure that all the eligibility requirements necessary for the tax collector to take the oath of office and be seated as a borough official at the time of the reorganization meeting are fulfilled. As to our part of tax collector, again, the tax collector accounts are required to be audited in early 2026 by the borough auditor. Lyso and, was it Ed? Yeah.
Neither.
Yeah, but good grief. And again, it has been a pleasure working with our tax collector. I believe he's been with us now for 8 years, 2 terms, and very, very professional, done a great job, and he will certainly be missed. And with that, Madam President, I can report general progress. And again, as the engineer indicated, wish everybody a happy and thankful and certainly healthy Thanksgiving season next week.
We actually have our newly elected tax collector in the office tonight. Want to stand up? Tax dollars go right there. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at the call to citizens. If anybody would like to address council, please come up to the podium, give your name and your address.
I have a couple of things. We were talking about the car wash area, and you know how we have the beacon light? I was just wondering if we could visit it once, if we get more traffic, if we could actually get a light at one of those spots that they'd be coming out of. Because it's already hard enough to get out, and it's gonna be even worse with traffic.
Try getting in and out of West Garrison during
Well,
the
it's
time
hard.
of school.
You know,
And people don't even, people don't, the problem is people do not stop at the beacon.
You can't get out of your driveway before or after school.
So I just wanted to know if there's a possibility that we can revisit that.
This
When
can
we
take
have to do another survey as to the traffic going in and out, because I know it's gonna be a lot more.
We'll have Escatan to review that.
And the second thing I have is, I wanted to propose, see if we could get a high accident area sign put out between, West Poland and the elementary school. Because I've been told that there's a possibility if we had that the fines might be doubled, and maybe there might be points involved, and maybe that would help people slow down on Edgemont Avenue. Is that possible?
I will ask the chief to investigate it for next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Kathleen, anything they go, is there anything we can do about these dogs? They're all over, they're not on leashes. You call the borough, you're told where to come from. A lot of times you don't know, they're worried about them coming from Civic Park, which I'm sure they are. But still, a lot of people have questioned me because they're afraid to walk the dogs in there. Because these dogs are running with no leash, no collar.
The problem is the city of Chester has no animal control person.
Right.
So the dogs, you're right, I believe, like, I don't know for sure, that they're coming out of the city of
Yeah.
Chester. There is a group, the chief has worked with to, am I correct, to volunteer into these strays?
They're attempting to reunite these dogs with their owners
Yeah.
that are coming out of the city of Chester. So that we're trying to use them as to get the dogs back to save us.
That are have the microchip. The biggest problem is that, and I know I just did a summer when we had several.
I know, I ended up with 3 of them in my house.
They're not microchipped. Nobody's collecting these
Right.
animals, so they're going out to Brandywine, and of course, we get charged every time Brandywine comes here. And I feel so bad because the weather's so cold at night now. So, a bunch of dogs run loose.
My other question is, I've asked before about speed sign on the website. Is there any progress with them? It's been a couple of years now.
We had talked to the chief about putting in street, I don't want to say speed signs, signs that reflect their speeds. The cost was $3,200 a sign. Our budget is so tight this year. I don't know if they can squeeze out 2 pennies next year. The chief still has that information. We looked at getting one on each side of the street eventually.
Right.
But $3,200.
Right.
Best I can tell you.
And
Maybe we can do a bake sale. Yes, sir.
Wasn't there something else we looked at, like the lowest legal posted speed limit was like 25?
Yes.
And if you start posting 25, that's actually cruising. So I don't want to misspeak.
Our ordinances are consistent with what legally we can post. You're doing 25, you're running over something.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's what is required by law. And that's why we need to, I hate to say, yell at people, but slow down. Our kids, our animals are on the streets.
And the other thing, I know it's too late now, but speed bumps, why wasn't anyone on that way?
We had a problem with the actual equipment.
Okay.
And then we could not get the stakes. They were back ordered, and then they never came in. So
Okay.
they have to be reordered, and correct me if I'm wrong. They have to be reordered again, and I can only suggest to the future council that you have Mr. Pornoff do that like in February, because they never
Yeah.
came in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I might suggest to you that we keep the speed radar, speed measuring, whatever you want to call them, in your mind for next year's ballot cycle. That would be something because it's a safety issue.
Chief,
Just FYI.
would you, I'll explain to the public, many of us will not be here. Chief, would you start a list of things from Tanya? And those signs, if I recall correctly, were $3,200 a piece. And I have the information at home. I don't think I have it with me. If we can even get, say, 2 on the east side, 2 on the west side through the high traffic areas, I think it would be great for you to start a file on that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Hi, good evening. I'm T. James, 9 East Elbon. Just had a question about the process for handling or managing abandoned vehicles, or what NDOT, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, would consider an abandoned vehicle specifically for Parkside.
Chief?
It is, I know it is ingrained in the Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Code,
Chief,
definition
answer
of
that.
a vehicle, yeah.
It is, yeah. So there has to be certain criteria. If it's not registered, if it's not inspected, or if it presents, if it's inoperable, or if it's a public safety issue. That's the criteria, and it has to be there for at least 48 hours.
So is there someone in Parkside who monitors or manages that? I'm just asking because we have abandoned vehicles on our block. I live right on this block, so like if people were coming to this meeting, there's no place for them to park because there's 2 abandoned vehicles. If they get to park on the street to attend a meeting like this. So just inquiring about the process. Do we report it to the secretary? Do we just let you guys know, or?
911. The best way to report it is calling 911. I know it seems like a lot for an abandoned vehicle, but 911 in this county is for emergencies and non-emergencies. So, and that's the best way to ensure a quick response. We don't typically go through the borough and check for abandoned vehicles. I mean, if it's obvious, if it's got no tires and someone on track, but we typically respond to abandoned vehicles by call.
Okay. May I also suggest, not to override the police chief, to contact our secretary in the office and say, look, this car's been here for 2 weeks, and let the police come out, officer on duty come out and look at it.
Can I, 911, I'm sorry, we have to have a trail, and it generates an incident with Delcom, so if you could call 911, and the public in general, call 911, it generates a call for us, and it's tracked that way. So that's the best way to handle it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if nobody else wishes to address council, we're going to move on to old business. Does any council member have any old business? Moving on to new business. Everybody has a copy of the dates for the 2026 council meeting. I'll ask for a motion to adopt the council meeting dates for 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Now we have a motion to advertise the council meeting dates for 2026. Entertain a motion. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Does anybody on council have any new business? I would like to take a moment to thank everybody for coming this evening in our council, and everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. May you all be blessed.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
And we will adjourn. Thank you.
Progress on that one.
So